Hello everyone and thank you for tuning in. I'm Tully and I'm here with Victor. Say hello, Victor.
Heyo.
Bit louder. Come on.
Heyo, damn it. Fuck.
Thank you. And we're here to rant on a very special thing. First of all, allow me to tell you exactly what happened. Dean Hall, in a recent interview with Eurogamer, has announced that he will leave the DayZ development team at the end of this year, and this year being 2014. And now, because I like to be very helpful, Victor's just going to sit there and listen to me reading the transcript of what he said. Are you okay with that, Victor? Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Aren't you?
go ahead. Yeah,
You sound tired. Good.
I am tired.
Anyway, you agree to this, Victor, and now you're going to sit there and give proper analysis.
Uh-huh.
Again, this is publicly available information. You can just go on Eurogamer.net and search for Dean Hall. Here is what he had to say. I am a grenade. I have a specific use. I'm really good at risk-taking and making other people take risks. I've always been good at that in my life. Like you say, maybe I've got the gift of the gab, so I can talk. I can explain something, I can talk people up the ledge and get them to jump off it. That is scary. He didn't actually say that, I'm saying it. That's what I did with DayZ. I've done it twice now, once with a mod, again with a standalone. 2 new code teams have separately done it. But eventually that's the bad person to have. Eventually you don't want the guy telling you to go over the top and get through. So at some point I'll be a disaster for the project, at least in a leadership role. And also, I never intended to be here. Okay. Not to transcript the entire the rest of the interview is basically him saying that he wants to go to New Zealand to set up his own studio. He knows it'll take a couple of years, so he's just going to start cooking it now. He said that if Bohemia Interactive still needs him at the end of this year, he will not leave. If he's still needed, he will stay. And he has also admitted that he did not want to be here already because the foundation was always there, and he just wanted to start his own thing. And he admitted that he didn't want to be like Notch, because Notch basically just turned around and said, you know what, fuck it, you guys are in charge now. Not like that, obviously, but he didn't want people to be blindsided. And here's what's really pissing me off. And Victor, this is where you should really pay attention, because I'm actually going to be analyzing things now, okay? Okay?
Oh, fuck it.
Victor,
Yeah, go ahead.
are you in this or not? Because I'm getting
in this.
I'm getting a very not positive vibe from you.
I am not in a not positive vibe because I sunk money into this game and I have to find out the developer's quitting.
Okay, this is what I have to say about that. And that attitude really pisses me off. Is the first thing I see in the DayZ forums, because Victor told me this on Monday. Monday was it? Because this is going to be going up on a Wednesday, so yeah, Monday. And here's what pisses me off, is I go into the forums and there's a bajillion threads of people going apeshit. And I mean truly apeshit. They're claiming that Dean Hall is jumping the boat. They claim that he doesn't care about us. They claim that he's a whole bunch of things. And buried among that is 1 or 2 threads of people saying we understand, and if you want to leave, that's okay. Victor, why do you feel cheated? Tell me.
I feel cheated because I don't feel really cheated. I just feel cheated that the fact is that he is breaking up with a team that designed the game based on their engine. And Bohemia Interactive, some may say that they have a bad track record when it comes to designing game engines or whatever. But I will say, yes, leave Bohemia Interactive. It's just it's just a sad fact that DayZ had to be built with that company. In fact,
But why?
he could
Why
make
is this a sad fact?
Look, everyone agrees that the armor engine that is used by Bohemia Interactive is borky at best, cumbersome. It's a diesel engine that was built with too much cylinders and not enough access to airflow, so it will basically
That is the best
stall
metaphor
itself.
I've ever seen.
That's exactly what it is.
Here's the thing, and that's why Dean Hall called DayZ a fundamentally flawed concept. And as much as I agree with him, and I'm going to tell you why later, that is a very irresponsible thing to say, especially considering that the game is just barely an alpha. But about Bohemia Interactive, I gave money to this game. 23 euros. 23, right? It was 23.
Yeah.
I knew that I was buying into a product that was blatantly unfinished. I never buy anything in early access precisely because I know that they're unfinished products and I don't want to keep throwing money at things I don't know if they're going to get finished. So, Victor,
Mm.
one thing. No matter what you say about the Arma engine, you cannot deny that Bohemia Interactive knows their shit. And by that I mean they finish things. They might be buggy, they might be borky, but they pull through. They have high attention to detail, they put their best into the game, and they frickin' care. And that's why I bought the game on early access. That's why I gave this game money despite it being an alpha, because it's a tiny, 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 very tiny, but at least significant contribution to the full game development. I trust Bohemia Interactive, and that's exactly why I bought this game in its current state. Hell, I'm not even playing it right now because honestly, as it is right now, it's basically a copy of the mod. But I don't feel buyer's remorse because I know. And keep in mind though that 10 months is still a lot of time for game development. You have to agree on me with that one, right?
Yes, it's 10 months, but it's bad press if you're going to be basically saying, oh, I'm going to sign a contract that basically keeps me on the company for 12 months. And it's up to the company if they wants to keep him. And I've been looking into this, and this guy has
Or
basically had.
please, because apparently a locked door means come in freely.
Anyway, as I was saying, uh, Dean Hall has had what can be considered as hurricane rows with the development team. This is why he's trying to, not in quotation marks, not jump ship, remove himself from the company. Yeah, exactly. He's trying to remove himself from the company because he himself cannot really work with the development team now.
And
This is the thing which I'm seeing. This is where I'm seeing my negative vibes coming from because I actually looked into this. This guy's Dean Hall is a great idea man, but right now he's just having squabbles with the development team
that's exactly
about
what
what the
he's
hell
that that's exactly what he said in the interview. He's basically saying if I keep on this project for too long, I'm going to become a hindrance. And
exactly.
as long as
So
and that is an honorable sentiment. I mean, the man basically gave the team a blueprint. He drew a blueprint and he said, "Make this." And as far as
yeah,
he admits, that's all he knows how to do. And if he has the presence of mind and the personality to just go around and say, you know what, this is as far as I can go without being a hindrance and damaging the project, I'm going to leave now before shit hits the fan, I respect him more for that. I really do. Because imagine he didn't leave. Imagine he just remained on the team and just kept on squabbling. Imagine that. Maybe the game would never be built exactly like he would or would
that
want it or the
that's
way
my
we would
fear
want
is
it.
that the game will never be built the way he wants if he's still having these rows with
Okay,
with the development team.
okay.
The fact that he actually says this on press could even lead to much more negative relationships inside the company.
One would assume that the development team is well aware of this. I mean, I don't think Dean Hall will be the kind of person to just leave everyone, including the people he's working with, completely
Nah. He's
blindsided.
look. He drew his line in the sand. He says, "I'm staying for another 12 months. If they don't
10
want me,
months.
they don't want me." 10 months, 12 months. When he's got a 12-month contract from the day
Exactly.
he signed the contract. So it's up to the company itself to basically decide. And this is where I'm actually kind of pissed because I see black clouds on the horizon. One, the company itself going to be a douchebag and say, "No, we don't want you anymore." And he fucking splits ways. If the game is not developed and finished by the in
Okay,
10
okay,
months
okay.
time.
First, this. Again, I trust Bohemia Interactive. That is a given. I don't know if you do, but this is not being discussed here. In sheer terms of business sense, not fully developing DayZ would be suicidal. The game still has a very large and very active and very vocal community. Not to mention that if they just stopped developing on the game after it was put on early access for 23 euros, that's probably going to shipwreck the company in terms of bad PR. So I don't think they would try to pull that crap on us. Purely
Well, I don't
because
know. Yeah.
purely because their bottom line would be way too affected, if anything. And
I
secondly,
got other products to depend on. This is just this is not a flagship product. This is far from a flagship product.
yeah,
In
sure.
Bohemia's Interactive Design.
Honestly,
Arma is a flagship product.
I do
That's their
believe there are
series.
more people interested in DayZ than there are in Arma. That is my honest belief.
Yes, there are more people interested in DayZ because DayZ is a unique game, but in the eyes of Bohemia, I'm gonna actually research this bitch. Bohemia definitely do not see DayZ as a flagship product. It's a
Of course
product,
not.
but it's not a flagship product.
Arma is their baby. I mean, the Arma series is their baby. I mean, it's their engine. They made it from the ground up, basically. Hell, 2 people went into jail for being spies for Arma 3. That's how much dedication they have to the whole thing.
But they didn't go for spies. It was that whole
No,
thing.
no, no,
is...
no. The Greek government accused them of being spies and spying for the Greece's enemies. Whatever. It's not. It's a discussion for another day. In fact, I'm not even going to have the discussion because that was pretty much the Greek government going derp. Period.
Yeah, by far.
By literally the entire world just turned over and said, Greece, what the fuck? But here's the point. Dean Hall has been working on the standalone for 2 years up to this point. 2 years. And he has blatantly stated in his interview he didn't even intend to be here. As far as I'm aware of, as far as this interview let me know, this is my personal opinion, I feel like Dean Hall trusts the development team enough to leave his blueprint behind and just let them finish it. And honestly, I hope they do. I really do. But here's the thing, right? He compared himself to Notch. Or how do you say his last name? Marcus Pearson? I don't even know.
Pearson?
Pearson? Marcus Pearson. He's Swedish, isn't it? Isn't he?
I have no idea.
Whatever.
What did he work
weird.
on?
Notch made Minecraft, you idiot. Here's the thing with Minecraft. A lot of people seem to forget or at least seem to willfully ignore the fact that vanilla Minecraft isn't really that good. It didn't define a genre, it doesn't bring anything new to the table, and it is surprisingly simplistic. But what happened was, after a time, Notch just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm retiring because the base game is there, Jeb or whatever is doing all the shit now. But here's the thing. Minecraft thrived with a community. To the point, really, if you go see stuff like Tekkit Lite, the various Feed the Beast mod packs, a lot of those add more content to the game than the actual vanilla game. And I can see this game working on that model. For instance, and this is Victor, this is my opinion here. Imagine this. Basically, Dean Hall set the blueprint. And at the end of 2014 and beginning of 2015, which again is a long ways away,
yeah.
Especially in game development. A lot of crap can be done in 10 months. Okay? The game as it stands right now is massively different from the game as it stood when it was first released in December. A lot of stuff was fixed. Everything is much more stable now. Content is coming out at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, which is more than we can say for companies with a lot more backing, like, let's say, SOE and PlanetSide 2.
Yeah.
Cough, cough.
What?
They basically no, come on. SOE is really slow with content updates. Really slow.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to look at the fact that they actually come up with the concept, develop the concept, design the concept, and test this concept and put it out into live. Now, if they gave up on one of those processes, the whole system could get fucked up.
Exactly. But here's the point. By the end of 2014, the game is going to be, I'm hoping, at least a beta. Because this game has been working on for 2 years. It's an alpha. Not an early alpha, it's a very much working alpha, and as it stands right now, it is pretty much equivalent to how the mod was. And I believe that 1 year of active, continuous development on the game can make it a lot better. And what happens if the game is released in that state? What happens if they make something like, I don't know, a mod API or something? Just give it to the community and say, guys, go wild. Make shit up. Have fun. I would not mind paying €23 for €23 for that game because it would turn into what I think Minecraft is. You play Minecraft for some time and you realize, man, I'm getting bored of this, and you just go play something else. But then later on, you just keep coming back to Minecraft because it's that kind of thing that you really miss and you want to play, especially if you have friends. I mean, for fuck's sake, I still play Minecraft with Wombo, War Machine, the Smurfinator, and if this game turns into that, I wouldn't mind, honestly.
You mean a complete building interactive thing? Yeah, totally.
Imagine this. Imagine that in a year's time, Dean Hall leaves, and there's still stuff to be made, still stuff to be produced. Imagine
Yeah.
that the development team still goes like, I don't know, like another half year, and then releases the game as a full product, which I believe is possible. I mean, this game isn't nearly as complicated as Arma 3. God's sakes.
Oh God, no! Don't get me started on Arma 3. I don't
Yeah.
understand how they make a new generation engine, and most PCs practically have problems with it.
That's because if you want to run it properly, you need a NASA computer.
But
Yeah,
Jesus
I have
Christ,
seen
man!
people who have like what quadruple Titans actually running at a proper setting, and it looks gorgeous, better than Battlefield 4, for instance. But that is a completely different discussion. Imagine like in a year and a half, the game is released, and they say, you know what, we're going to make something like a modding API, or we're going to show you exactly how you can mod this game, and as long as you stay within these boundaries, then so be it. Let the community have power. Because there's a lot
Yeah,
of good people. There's a lot of jerks. There's a lot of assholes in this community, but there's still a lot of
right.
talented, decent people. We will be more than willing to invest their time into producing a lot of content for this game. And honestly, I would think it would be a good thing.
Yeah, I would think that too, by far. But I don't know.
But
It's gonna take a lot of convincing for me to basically come back to this. I have the game. I hope
Victor,
you convinced
your
me long
microphone
enough to
is
basically pick.
derping.
It's that connection.
Wow. Okay. We need to
It's,
stop this.
I think so.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rant on for a while, and you're just gonna hang in there. Net Connect is fucking out. Okay. I'm just gonna rant there for a while, and you try to chime in whenever you want, okay? Or at least I'm just gonna basically I'm gonna rant, and if you want to, you can just write it on TeamSpeak, and I can just read it, okay? Okay. Write it
Yeah,
on. Wait, speak, Victor.
yeah. It's worse.
Okay, whatever. Here's the thing. When Dean Hall talked about DayZ being a fundamentally flawed concept, and again, Victor, if you want to chime in, just chime in through writing, and I'll just read it.
Yeah.
This is TeamSpeak, so I'm sorry, people. We have no production values, whatever. Here's the thing. As much as you might hate to admit it, you bought into an alpha. No one has any right to criticize the developer for jumping ship because one, he is not jumping ship. Jumping ship would have been waiting a couple of months after release and then just leaving. He's staying for a full year after the game is released, then stepping down as lead dev and leaving the rest of the development team to deal with the game. Secondly, you can't claim that the game is going to be unfinished. The game is unfinished. It blatantly tells you everywhere. I see a lot of people on the forums complaining that the game is unfinished. That is your fault. Don't bullshit me. The Steam page says it's an alpha. The game page on the game website tells you it's an alpha. Every time you log in, tells you it's an alpha and an unfinished product. It warns you at least twice, do not buy this game unless you know what an alpha is, unless you know what early access is. You agreed to that, and therefore lost any right to complain about wasting money on an unfinished product. Unless, of course, you like to just go clicking on random stuff on the internet, wasting money because you feel heard, this seems good. No. You cannot complain about the game being unfinished. Victor, do you want to say something?
My internet connection's still baggy.
Okay, I can still hear you, kinda. If you want to say
Well,
something, you did
well,
say
I
it
don't
now.
know. Yeah, I get it. The game is an alpha. I bought into the product. But this is bad signs. I don't know. If you kept quiet until the game went into full release and said, okay, I'm gonna leave now, then maybe.
Okay,
Maybe I could forgive him.
you're
Maybe
derping out. I'm sorry,
I guess I could totally forgive
Victor.
him
You're
because.
derping out. I can't hear you.
Damn it.
Just write it, and I'll read it out. I'm sorry, viewers, but again, we have no production values, and we're using TeamSpeak, and a server that has a very, very long history of just being completely and utterly fucked up. And that sound you might or might not have heard is Victor speaking. I can't write, I has to say. Well, thank you so much, Victor. Thank you so much. You are the best. You are the best. You really are. Firstly, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. Dun, dun, dun. Firstly, I can forgive Dean Hall. Yes, We can all forgive Dean Hall. You can't really blame anything. The mod came on, what, 2009 or something? And for fuck's sake, he's been working on it pretty much up until now. It's 2 years on a standalone alone for an alpha product. I mean, for fuck's sake. You can't really blame Dean Hall for anything, I think. I mean, I know the... Wait. Second, he retained the license of DayZ as his sole property. Should. Oh, there we go. He should retain the license of DayZ as his sole property. DayZ is the concept, I'm imagining, not DayZ the game, because, the game does run on Bohemia Interactive's Take On Helicopter engine, which is a modification of the Arma 2 engine, which is owned by Bohemia. DayZ should be his. Yes, it should. It's his brainchild. We all agree on that. And to be honest, in my honest opinion, and I believe Victor's honest opinion as well, I'm talking for him, a lot of the hate being directed at Dean Hall right now is not justified in any way, and is basically just the internet's hate machine and hate boner going into action. We need to hate on something. Let's point at that guy and claim he's the bastard. He should be decried from the hills and declared to be worse than Hitler. It'll all be over in a couple of days, and then we'll all be back to hating bronies. Thirdly, there are other better game engines out there. My god, there was Stalker, CSR. Yes, the Stalker engine was amazing. But I don't know if it's... I honestly don't know. Maybe it would have been better. I don't know if the engine supports multiplayer play, or maybe you can just modify it to... I don't know how engines even work on the basic level. Correction, CSC. But here's the thing. When it came to the Stalker engine, a lot of disappointment was had. And I have no idea who owns the license to that engine, honestly. There was a really weird legal bork up. I have no idea who owns the rights to the engine, whatever. I know it still exists.
User joined your channel.
For fuck's sake, Frampton, we're recording. Go away. You're not talking. Whatever. Mute client. Here's the thing. The actual engine...
User was moved out of your channel.
Thank you,
User
Vic.
joined your channel. User left your channel.
The engine... God damn, we have no production values. Whatever. The engine for Stalker still exists, but I have absolutely no idea who owns it. I mean, there's really weird legal bork up. I don't even know. Back on the track, as we've been detracking, whatever. Victor, you can keep speaking. I'll read eventually. Dean Hall said that this game was a fundamentally flawed concept, and I agree with him. In fact, their creators of Stalker are making their own MMORPG FPS. You know what, Victor? Just wait until we can talk. Just let me rant, or else we're not going to get anything done. Here's the thing. The game was hyped to bits. The game was hyped to high heaven. This game received so much press, it wasn't even funny. But here's the thing. This game should not have received the hype it did. And why? Here's why. I caught a lot of flack in the past, both in and out of the channel. I caught a lot of hate from people, but this is a game that very much has a specific way of playing it. Not because of the context, not because of the mechanics, but because of the context and the community. DayZ, like Minecraft and other games like that, are one of the very few sandbox games out there. You can do what you want. In DayZ, right about now, you can literally sit on the beach, pop a couple of beers, Rasputin Kvass, and watch the sun go down. And apparently someone's messaging on me on Steam. Whatever. But here's the thing. When given the option to do whatever they want to, players default to shooting first, ask no questions. That has ruined the game. The game is a chore right about now. And here's why. I see a lot of people saying, oh, I can play this game however I want to. That is true. You can play this game however you want to. What you can't do is say that and then immediately proceed to shoot everyone you meet in the face. That turns you into a douchebag. Nothing else. And I see a lot of people playing and saying, like one guy said on my, actually, I think I'm going to check it out. Yes, I'm going to check it out. Because there was this one comment I received. This one comment I received and I thought was ridiculously stupid and nonsensical. And I'm going to explain just why. See here, DayZ, get across the entirety of my Warhammer 40k videos. Tully figures out a rant. Here we go. Thank you. Here is the comment by a guy called Bo Philpott. Again, this is publicly available. Oh, let's all hold hands and dream of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Quit bitching without the chance to be killed at every turn. This game would suck. I play the game for the adrenaline rush of always having to look over my shoulder. I play it how I want. I hold up people south of Zelenogorsk, north of the IKOS. You're not up north, not looking for combat. Bo Philpott is a fucking idiot. And here's why. You're not playing this game looking behind your shoulder. You're not playing this game with paranoia. Paranoia involves not knowing what's going to happen. It needs not knowing what's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen. 19 times out of 20, I'm going to get shot in the... If I meet someone, 19 times out of 20, I'm going to get shot in the face. No questions asked, no words traded, nothing. Nothing at all. The other one might range from doesn't do anything to me to might actually be friendly. But the rest don't care. And what is the point of playing this? A lot of people, Bo Philpott is an idiot because he's pretty much admitted that he's playing this game as a fucking bandit. And I don't mean bandit. I'm not even going to say anything, honestly, on that. I'm not going to use the name I use for those kinds of people because here's the reason. Here's a very honest reason here. Most people right now on DayZ are playing DayZ as a free-for-all deathmatch. Those people are retards and should fuck off back to Call of Duty. This is not a game. This is an anti-game. Dean Hall has said so himself. He has admitted that it is a fundamentally flawed concept. I don't know exactly how he meant it, but he's right. Because he's expecting people to actually give two shits. On the internet. I do not need to explain to you why that's stupid. He essentially built up a game that relied on people acting like humans over the internet. Yes, that's totally gonna happen. This game had so much potential, and it's wasted because people don't care. They don't go the extra mile. They don't give two shits. They can talk all they want about, oh, I play the game how I want to. You can do it. I don't care. What you don't have the right to do is say that and then immediately default to shooting people in the face. A true bandit, and when I say true bandit, I'm talking about the golden days of the mod. A true bandit would hold you up, would talk to you, would actually rob you, would actually take the time to be a bandit. Today's bandits are nothing but a bunch of pricks who go north, get a gun, and then come back down to shoot people. Okay? That's the kind of people we're dealing with. And Bo Philpott said, you don't go north not looking for combat. Again, we're showing that Bo Philpott has no idea what he's talking about. Yes, I'm insulting someone who commented on my videos because Bo Philpott is an idiot. You don't go north not looking for combat. You're not supposed to be looking for combat. If your first idea when playing DayZ is, I want to fight people, you should not be playing DayZ, period. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. You're ruining the game for all of us. Alright? That's why I avoid a full quarter of the map. Well, like fifth. The entirety of the southern coast, the entirety of the eastern coast, the northwestern airfield, and Grishino, and the northeastern airfield. I know I can't go there. I know I can't go to those locations because if I do, there's a very high chance I'm just going to get shot in the face by some random dickhead who's just spawn camping, loot camping, or server hopping. And you know what really pissed me off is that a couple of patches ago, I believe already, there was this thing, the line that said, basically amounted to, the item damage system now works. And by that I mean, or they meant, that you couldn't use ruined items. Up until that point, you could eat ruined food, you could use ruined compasses, and you could use ruined bottles, and you couldn't. Being ruined didn't really change anything. And as of now, being ruined actually doesn't allow you to use the item. And that's amazing, because before, people would just axe me to death or shoot me to death without asking a single question, and I'm guilty of doing that myself, but whatever, I had a psychological excuse. And your entire stuff would just go completely ruined, and it would still be usable. So when the patch came out and said, hey, now you don't need to worry about it, because, whatever. Being ruined actually ruins stuff. You can't use ruined stuff. And I rejoiced. I believed at least this will put a damper to kill on site behavior. It didn't. The first thing I see after the patch comes out is a thread where a lot of people just say, this isn't going to stop me from killing on sight, now I just have to aim for the legs or for the head. These people should fuck off back to Call of Duty because that's where they belong. If you default to shoot first, ask no questions, get the hell out of DayZ. You do not belong here. Thank you very much. Please don't let the door knock you in the ass on the way out. I'm sorry, but that's just my honest opinion, and is an opinion I know is shared by a lot of people. I'm not asking for no PvP because that's dumb. I'm asking for meaningful PvP. I'm asking for meaningful player-to-player interactions. And that's just the sort of thing that will never happen. And that is why DayZ is a fundamentally flawed concept. Because the only true way, despite it being a very good post-apocalyptic zombie apocalypse thing, the only true way of simulating a zombie apocalypse would be having a zombie apocalypse. Otherwise, it's just going to be people sitting in their bedrooms or whatever the hell, looking at a computer screen and clicking on pixels. There is no player interaction, and that is exactly why. There's not only that. There's no care. There is no human component to the whole thing. And a lot of people I have seen on the forums admit that they don't use microphones because they don't need to. They just shoot and kill everyone. What is this? What is this? This isn't Call of Duty Free-for-All or Call of Duty MMO. And for God's sakes, have some decency. That's why DayZ is a fundamentally flawed concept, because you can't force people to care. And this game needs people to care, which is why, again, I'm just waiting for private servers to come out, then I'm going to start playing this game again. Then I'm going to bother playing this game again. This is a fundamentally flawed concept, as much as Minecraft multiplayer was. Because there will always be griefers. There will always be people who make their entire lives based around the simple fact they want to create as much mayhem as possible. I've seen people blatantly admit that they server hop to get the best guns, then go back south as fast as they can, just so they can kill people for no reason. They admit it so much they don't even take their stuff. They just kill them because they think it's fun. I know it's a sandbox game, and I know you can play it the way you want to, but that just makes you a douchebag. Like a really true douchebag. No one likes douchebags. I don't think anyone likes douchebags besides bad girls in movies. In real life, no one likes douchebags. Victor, are you here? Yes, Victor says, yeah, no one likes douchebags. Are you inspired by my words, Victor? Waiting for the answer. Maybe. That's a yes. Say something, Victor, because I honestly want to know if you're audible. Say something. Vicky, I'm waiting for you. My throat hurts and I don't want to talk that longer. For fuck's sake. Forcing me to read. It's borky but bearable. Go on. Say it. Say something. The net is still being stupid. Please forgive Victor. He's in college. I mean, he's using college internet, so yeah. Come on. Say something, Victor. Waiting.
I don't know. Can you hear me properly?
It's still a bit borky. Go on, say something. I think we can bear it.
I don't know. I mean, if all of you people want to ditch a product, just saying, there's the game Survivorium, which is in itself in deep beta.
Okay, can't understand you. Please write.
God.
I'm sorry, Victor. I really am. Again, pardon Victor. He has bad internet connection sometimes. It just randomly decides to stop working for some reason. Anyway, yeah, that's exactly what I have to say. And again, if you complain that the game is unfinished, you lose any and all right to complain about anything ever. The game tells you it's unfinished. You bought into an unfinished product. Deal with it. Deal with it. Alright? Do you see that picture of me on the screen right now with the sunglasses? The shades? Imagine the shades going down. Deal with it. You bought an unfinished product. Deal with it. And Victor is saying, there's the game, Survivorium. That's the game being developed by Stalker fans. For those of you who don't know, Stalker is a series of 3 games based on novel based on a movie called Stalker, which was in itself based on a Russian novel called Roadside Picnic. Basically, it's a very weird concept. It's in and around the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Basically, you go and play the game for yourself. It's pretty cheap. In fact, I'm gonna go check it out on Steam. How much is Stalker? Let's see, Stalker. Shadow of Chernobyl is $15.99. Stalker Call of Pripyat is $19.99, and Stalker Clear Sky is $9.99. Completely and totally worth the money. Amazing. It's basically the best survival game I have played to date. Like, period. Miles better than DayZ. And didn't even have multiplayer. Purely because it was that fun. Yeah, it was that fun. And it was scary. And it was intense. And it was thrilling. Now, Victor says, Servarium, that game is free to play. Keep speaking, or writing in this case. In beta access. No, seriously, just keep reading. Just keep speaking, and I'll just say it out loud as you go. Here's what Victor says. There's this game, Servarium. That's the game being developed by Stalker fans. That game is free to play in beta access, which, caps lock, I just signed up to. This thing is going to be good. Yeah, I'm gonna go on Servarium. Servarium.com. And if it's not, you can bail on it. See, that's the thing. And no financial. Here's the thing. I trust Dean Hall and his development team and Bohemia Interactive to finish the project. If I didn't trust them, I would not have bought the game. Pure and simple. That's the one condition I had to breaking my no purchases in early access rule. Because as a rule, I don't purchase things in early access. I trusted the development team to pull through. And if they don't pull through, I will be the first person on the front line demanding that they fucking give back our money. I expect this game to be finished. I trust the development company to do so. Yeah, sure thing. I trust the development company to finish that. And at the end of the day, that's the entire point, really. This entire situation, this entire debacle, really comes down to a simple question. Do you trust Dean Hall's development team to finish the game, or don't you? If you don't trust them, fine. You can go ahead and complain that he's bailing ship or whatever. If you do trust them, give them trust. Show that you trust them by not complaining needlessly. That's what a lot of people are doing. I see a lot of people saying, I still like this game, I know it's going to be finished, but I'm going to complain anyway because I'm on the internet and there's no repercussions. This is a hate boner. Seriously. There was a hate boner for Guys of the Wolf a couple of weeks back, and now there's a hate boner for Dean Hall. In a couple of weeks, we'll have a hate boner for something else. Guess what? You can pay $10 US to get instant beta access to Servarium. $10. Okay, that's actually pretty damn cheap. Anything else you want to say? Keep it. That's nothing in pounds and euros. Actually, I'm going to make the conversion. Let's see here. Dollar to euro. Let's see. 10 US dollars, 7.28 euros. Wow. That is cheap as hell. Jesus. Okay. Okay. That's actually pretty damn cheap. And if it's built in and around the Stalker idea or Stalker engine or whatever, I would be more than willing to pay for it. I would, but I'm kind of strapped for cash right now. I made a and I'm on the waiting list to get into the beta now. Oh, poor you. You want an example of buyer's remorse? A true example of buyer's remorse? Just sign up and just wait, whatever. You want true buyer's remorse? At the same time as I bought DayZ, I bought Company of Heroes 2. Now, there's a game that I had buyer's remorse. Really, really, really buyer's remorse. It's a good game if you want to play it with friends. Not much for anything else. It's just not that good. I've seen the Company of Heroes 1 game. It looks exactly the same, and yet Company of Heroes 2 takes way a lot more resources. It basically adds nothing new except snow. It removes a lot of the features, and when I start looking at it, I realize the game is blatantly unbalanced and badly made. Not to touch on the campaign, that's a whole different entirely. I had buyer's remorse after I bought Company of Heroes 2. And I keep it around simply because I know that it's fun to play with friends. But I don't have buyer's remorse for DayZ because I trust the development team. Multiplayer balance is imbalanced, to clarify. Yeah, exactly. I trust Dean Hall and the development team. First of all, I trust Dean Hall to make a clear enough blueprint. Then I trust the development team to be competent enough to actually go around, finish the game, and do it properly. And if at the end of that development cycle they choose to give it over to the community, it'll be fine. All I want is for the game to be released in full state with Dean Hall's vision. As long as that's made, I honestly don't give two shits if Dean Hall is still on the goddamn development team. And you know what? That's the exact same reaction, and I'm sorry, Victor, for bringing this up. This kind of reaction is the same reaction we got in the Brony community after Lauren Faust left the team after like the second season or something. Oh my god. The number of people went on the forums decrying the show, saying that it was all ruined now, saying that everything was going to hell. And admittedly, season 3 wasn't exactly that good, but whatever. The problem was, it's always bad when the creator of a project leaves the project. It will hit the project hard. It will hit the project's publicity hard. It will hit the public image. But that's the point, though. You need to have faith in the team. Lauren Faust left. Yes, she did. She does like consulting or whatever, but she doesn't actually actively participate. Season 4 is amazing. No one can deny that. And when it comes to DayZ, Dean Hall will leave at the end of 2014. At the end of 2014, this game will be massively different from what it is right now. It's barely March. Have faith in the development team. And if they don't pull through, let's just storm Steam and demand that they either remodel the early access system and just give us our money back. Because, we've been lied to. But I honestly don't think we will be lied to. I have faith in the development team. And Victor Marks is saying I can have faith. So, Victor, unless you want to add something else? Also, yes, I'm calling it out. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 3 suck balls. Yes, I said that. Suck it. Anyway, well, call out to... I can't do call out to Servarium. Servarium's got more fans than I do. How the hell can I do a shout out? I barely have 200 subscribers. At Facepalm. Oh, that's an 8. I mean the game. Yes, the game has more fans than I do. Deal with it. Oh, okay. That's it? That's all you want to know? That's all you want to say? Let's see. Alright then. Thank you for tuning in, and please stay tuned in. This could have gone better, but unfortunately Victor's internet decided to go shitty. Victor, can you just say something like say goodbye?
Bye.
Alright, that sounded mechanical and buzzy, but whatever. Good. Goodbye, everybody. Oh wait, no, that's not the outro. Thank you for tuning in, and please stay tuned in to the next rant, which will be about something. Probably not ponies, hopefully, otherwise I'm going to get buried by hate comments. Goodbye.
Alright.